Is I am back. I am back. We're doing a reaction. I'm reacting to the solving the Matchbox mystery by Wifies. Make sure you subscribe to him, and I already liked the video, so we're just gonna get straight into this. Let's go.
I discovered the Matchbox a few weeks ago. While searching YouTube for strange channels, I came across one with 6 videos, 5 of which were essentially just unedited gameplay files. I usually focus on more cryptic and ciphered videos, but something about this channel caught my interest, and after taking a look, I can tell you that hidden inside this seemingly boring footage is one of the strangest and most interesting puzzles I've ever seen, just waiting to be solved. Clicking on the first video, titled Matchbox Round 1, takes us into a dining room of sorts. We see a strange set of items in the hotbar, and our player walks around, seemingly exploring the room for the first time. They cross into another room filled with pots, and then turn the corner to see another player running right at them. Our player takes a step back before turning to place a sign saying hello, but by the time they look up again, the other player is gone. Confused, this person looks around into a nearby graveyard but is unable to find the other player. They turn back down the corridor into a giant room with a tree in the center, where they encounter someone else. They try saying hello again, and this time the new player doesn't run, introducing herself as Flute. Our protagonist reciprocates, introducing himself as Oak, and Flute asks, almost jokingly, if he's the Spark, to which Oak replies no. But wait, okay, what is all this?
No, he is.
Well, this is the Matchbox.
That's a golden arrow. I'm guessing that's what a spark is. I'm guessing he's the spark. So I think this time like a game arena.
Albion, no matter where you go or what you do, your mount will accompany you on your journey.
As we can find out by clicking on the video titled Matchbox Rules, everything we're about to see is a sort of puzzle. The premise is that 7 players are competing to split $1,000, but one of them is the Spark. The goal of the Spark is to slowly eliminate players one by one until only one is left standing. They do this by marking one person each round by right-clicking them with an open hand. When the round ends after 10 minutes, whoever was marked instantly dies, unless they were protected by the other role, the medic, which also marks someone with an open hand. It's then up to the remaining players to discuss who they think the Spark is and vote them out before the discussion timer ends. The twist is that we don't know who the Spark is either. We're just as clueless as the players in the footage, and using what we see in these 5 videos, it's up to us, the audience, to solve the puzzle of the Matchbox and find the Spark. So with that said, the fact that this player that Oak ran into had their open hand out is already a little concerning, but the round is far from over, and Oak asks Flute if she wants to explore the map with him, but as he does, another player approaches them. Oak and Flute step back, evidently concerned, but the player introduces himself peacefully as Glove. Oak asks if he's the Spark, and Glove replies that he probably isn't, asking if either of them have seen a player called Mustard. Oak says no, and Flute also says no unless Mustard was in the dining hall. Glove says Mustard was in the junkyard, a room we'll soon see, and asks why he even showed up to play if he's just going to hide in a corner all game, to which Flute responds, for the money. After a bit more chatting, the 3 of them decide that if they ever run into each other again, they'll quickly flash their axe as a greeting. That way they'll know it's really one of them. The 3 of them cross into the library, explore for a little, and then venture into the scrapyard, where, as Glove mentioned, they run into a player crouching in the corner, just watching them. The 3 of them turn down the other hallway into the lounge room, exploring a little further before suddenly they get blindness, indicating the round has ended. The meeting starts, and we learn that Flute is dead. From this first round alone, we've already met 5 of the 7 players in this game: Oak, Flute, Glove, Mustard,
Yo.
and whoever this was at the start. Given that Flute must have been marked at some point in the round, it's very likely that Glove could have killed her, though given his immediate reaction in chat, it's unsure. The actual meeting footage is just a long chat conversation though, and for the sake of an entertaining
Someone's called
video, I've
Venus?
constructed
We got
my own
cardboard
meeting
in that?
room, and
Whoa,
we'll turn these
cardboard.
chat messages directly into voice-acted
I'm actually
audio.
gonna
Every
crash out
line
with
you're about to
AIDS.
hear is straight from the meeting chat.
Oh, so we got Flute, we got Oak, we got Glove, we got Mustard, we got Cardboard, we got Venus. What was that other one that said? Said knife. Yeah.
For the sake of an into voice-acted audio, every line you're about to hear is straight from the
Flute
meeting
died.
chat.
Whoa, Flute?
What? We were just with.
Hello? Are you stupid?
Calm down. It's not a big deal.
Are you kidding me? You can't just go shooting the first person you see. That's ridiculous.
Well, you weren't holding a tool, bro.
What?
Your open hand was out like you were gonna mark me. So surely you'd only do that if you were the spark.
Genuinely, you must be the spark.
W voice actor.
How? I don't know how someone could be this dumb.
Dude, it makes perfect sense.
Dude, this idiot is gonna be the reason we lose $1,000. Ridiculous.
If you're wondering what Knife is talking about and why he's so aggressive, I can only answer the former. You may have noticed that Oak, and everyone else, is given a crossbow. Each round, they get one arrow that can reveal the name tag of whoever they shoot. Cardboard, seeing that Knife had no item in his hand, must have thought he was going to get marked and shot him, an act that Knife does not take lightly.
Well, if anything bad happens, just know Knife wasn't holding an item.
Come on. There's no way we're serious. You have to be trolling.
Okay, so that's what
Can we
the
just vote this guy
crossbow's for.
out? He's practically
get it.
useless.
With your attitude, we might as well just vote you out and save ourselves the trouble.
And who invited you, smart guy?
Is that
Last
Perry?
I checked, the girl you were with was the first to go. So don't you think it's a little bit more likely that you're the spark as opposed to me and Blockhead
Perry?
over here?
You think I killed her?
That's
why I'm
Perry.
surprised.
She was with us,
Yo.
but it would be stupid for Oak to kill her round one while I was also with him. And the same goes for me. If anything, I say that makes both of us less suspicious.
Yeah, likely story.
I think it makes sense. Mustard, do you have any info?
No, I didn't see anything.
Well, you're just a bundle of joy, aren't you?
I could say the same thing to you.
So, who is it?
We don't know yet.
You don't know, dimwit. If we knew, the game would be over.
Listen, it's not gonna get you anywhere to insult
Yeah,
the
that's
guy.
fair,
How about
that's
instead
fair.
we just think up a plan?
I agree. We only have like 30 more seconds left anyway, so let's at least get our info. I finished the game with Knife and Cardboard. Glove, you and Oak were with Flute right before she died, right?
The round ends with Glove asking this.
And I take it no one was swapped with anyone? If so, that'd be good info to have.
No.
Nope.
The final thing I have yet to mention about Matchbox is that every 2 minutes, by pressing G, the Spark can swap positions with a random player on the map, so checking for
Oh.
swaps seems like a good strategy to get information.
Wait,
Damn.
Yeah?
how would we know if we were swapped?
You cannot be serious.
With hardly any information after the first meeting, it seems like Glove may be the most likely candidate for who marked Flute,
Yeah.
meaning that Oak may have just befriended the killer. Regardless, the next round starts with Oak in the scrapyard, and he runs towards the lounge and immediately bumps into another player exiting the maze. Oak swaps to his axe, and the other player, Glove, does the same. After confirming that neither of them had run into someone else on the way here, Glove mentions that whoever killed Flute was likely the person she saw in the dining hall who she thought could have been Mustard. Oak agrees, and then Glove suggests a stakeout. He leads Oak up a secret path he spotted in the tree at the center of
I
the
mean,
atrium.
that's
Their
a-
plan is to
that-
hold
I
a
mean, yeah,
stakeout
that's a
and
pretty
try
good
to
idea,
catch someone in
actually.
a lie, and it's not long before they spot someone. Two players emerge from the direction of the pot room, one following the other. The one in front places a sign, and Oak turns down his FOV to try and get a better look. The text is admittedly hard to read, but seems to say something like, "Stop following me." The other player tries to place a sign in response, but the first player breaks it before they can finish typing. And then this happens again. The first player places another sign before walking away, but quickly runs into someone else emerging from the lounge. Oak watches as the two stare each other down. Before the first player writes something on a sign we can't read, the player on the lounge stares at it and then walks away. The first player then leaves towards the library with the second following close
What?
behind. Oak and Glove immediately get to talking, speculating that that what we just watched was Knife and Cardboard, for which the behavior lines up with what we know about both characters. Who
True.
they ran into is a bit more ambiguous though, with Oak thinking that it could be Mustard. The round keeps going
But
with
Mustard-
no more player sightings, and
I thought
before it
Mustard would
ends,
be
Oak
staying in the
tells
dining
Glove
room
to
the whole
meet him
thing.
in the viewing lobby next round. When the meeting comes, it's Cardboard who's found dead.
Good riddance.
As if you didn't kill him.
Excuse me?
No.
I mean, Knife.
No, I don't think it's
obvious to
Knife. I think
everyone
someone
here that
framed
he
Knife.
pissed you off in the first round. And since he kept following you around, you couldn't mark anyone
Someone's, like,
without him
framing
knowing,
him.
so you pretty much had to kill him.
That's way too obvious. Only a wormwit would have killed him in my position. Why would I kill the person following me around and essentially incriminate myself?
Because you're low-key kind of stupid.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working
Shut
app without knowing
up!
code. This is
Boy,
based.
he's AI.
Yeah, you're one to talk.
Glove, do you have any information?
Only as much as Oak does. Knife, you entered the atrium with Cardboard, right?
And if I did, how would you know?
Well, if you're not the spark, this is how we clear you.
Except he's not clear.
Yeah, we came in a little bit after the round started.
Did you see anyone else in that time?
Not beforehand. I ran into Cardboard first, and the kid just like latched onto me like a parasite. Afterwards, we ran into someone coming from the lounge before I left.
And you met Cardboard where?
The pottery room by the dining hall.
Okay, and who was the player you ran into in the atrium?
You tell me, genius. I have no idea.
Was it Mustard?
It was me.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Why did he
Mustard.
leave?
This essentially confirms
Wait,
that Oak
what?
and Glove were right. This interaction was
Mustard!
Knife, Cardboard, and Mustard, with Venus unaccounted for.
And
What?
Venus, where were you?
The maze,
confused.
just looking around for anything interesting.
I think it's Venus.
Seems like it's probably Knife then.
Well, the maze is on the far left, and given Mustard came from the lounge, and Venus didn't mention running into him, I take it Venus was closer to the left side than the right.
Okay, and?
And he thinks I could have interacted with Cardboard and marked him before he met Knife.
Exactly.
Not bad logic, but I didn't see anyone that game. I was just trying to learn the layout of the maze.
Fair enough, but all we have is your word.
Oh my
You know,
God.
knowing if the medic was still alive would be good information.
Who do you think is just gonna outright say that they're the medic?
I don't know. Someone like maybe Venus? Mustard? That's a clear right there if no one contests it.
Yeah, a clear and a target on their back. You're just fishing for your next kill, aren't
yeah.
you? That or you're helping out your girl here find her next victim.
You're so
Yeah.
unpleasant, you know?
Yo, I hope the spark marks you next.
Oh, I'm so scared. Come mark me yourself then, Oak. Show me how to do it.
Listen, if I was the
Yeah.
spark, you would already be out of this game by now.
With that, the meeting ends, and Oak is sent into the library for round 3. But first, let's
Okay.
discuss for a second
actually
what we
so
already know.
invested
So
right now.
far, 2 people have died. Flute, who was with Glove and Oak, and Cardboard, who was with
I
Knife.
love
so
stuff
who
like
could
this,
have
bro.
made
I,
these
like,
kills? The
genuinely
obvious suspect is
love
Knife.
stuff
The
like
guy
this.
is clearly hostile and has a very good reason to kill Cardboard, though as he pointed out, it would seem stupid to kill the person following him and incriminate himself. As for the Flute kill, it's possible that any of Knife, Mustard, or Venus could have been the player that Flute ran into at the very start of the round. As Glove points out,
Bro.
Venus is totally unaccounted for Cardboard's kill and could have also marked him
I
right
think-
away. Mustard, on the other hand, has a very clear alibi. He was at the bottom right with
feel like
no way to
Mustard's
see
gonna
Cardboard.
die.
The most interesting suspect here, though, is Glove. He could have easily gotten the kill on Flute in the first round without Oak noticing, and while the Cardboard kill looks impossible, Glove did start the round coming out of the maze, the same side of the map we know Cardboard started into,
Yes!
even he met Knife in the
Yes!
pottery room. But evidently, we still don't have enough
Yeah.
information to accurately confirm who the spark is, so the only way to get it is to watch round 3, where Oak, as promised in the last round, runs from the library through the atrium and to the viewing lobby where Glove is already waiting for him. Glove mentions that he ran into a player in the atrium on his way here, and
Okay.
Oak once again suggests a stakeout, to which Glove of course agrees, suggesting that this time they keep watch on opposite corners of the tree to cover more ground. After making their way up, the two watch for any other players, and a few minutes later, they see someone coming up from the lounge.
Whoa.
The player looks around, and as Oak watches, runs into the left wing of the map. Oak runs to tell Glove, and then returns to his post. A few minutes go by, and another player runs out of the library. According to Glove, they ran into the viewing lobby right after. The round then continues silently until this happens.
He just got swapped.
Oak is suddenly swapped
No!
into a maze, and we get our first look at the inside
Yo.
of the tunnels. Surprised, he wanders the
It's
labyrinth
Venus.
for the last
It's
minute of the
Venus.
round. But when the meeting starts,
It's Venus.
Yes?
Yeah?
I was marked.
What? How?
And the medic saved you?
Yeah, they must have.
So looks like the medic's alive after all.
Oak, you're the only one who knew where I was hiding, and the only person who could have reached me.
Wait, what?
The entire game, I've only interacted with 2 people, you and whoever I saw at the start. No one else could get up to that tree without me or you seeing.
You think that it was
He
me
was
who marked
swapped.
you?
I want to trust you, but there's no one else it could be.
What a surprise.
Oh, is he telling the truth?
No, what? How could I have marked you? It had to have been the other person you ran into.
Well, that's just it. It couldn't have been, because someone else must have protected me. Meaning, unless you're the medic and you're telling me that right now that you saved my life, which it doesn't sound like you are, then you must be the spark.
Bro.
this
Just
is
tell
a
him you were
big
swapped, like-
accusation, but not an unfounded one. Glove being marked but saved by the medic means that of the 2 people he interacted with, the mystery man in the atrium and Oak, one is the medic and one is the spark, which doesn't look too good for Oak here, but Knife brings up an interesting point.
He could be lying, you know.
I already told you I'm not lying.
Not you, genius. Glove.
Mustard is
He
the
might
medic.
not have been marked. It could
Venus
be
is
that
the
spark
spark.
just didn't kill.
The chat messages literally
Right now,
stop for a small
call it.
while as everyone realizes that Glove could have been lying about being marked and saved. And if that is
could
the
have been.
case and he is actually the spark, then he's just
He's
made
not.
the boldest play of the game.
Well, if anyone hears the medic
What?
and you didn't protect someone, then speak up now and we know that Glove is the killer.
Bro, what? He got
This is
swapped
how
to
I
the
became the
base.
most productive version of myself. Before, I
Glove
used
would have to
scramble
swap
through
with him.
meetings
Am I
halfway-
wrong? Oh, yeah,
Okay,
they don't
so
know that.
this
though.
clearly proves that Glove is innocent.
And that makes you the killer.
No, it doesn't. And I can prove it too. Yo, Glove, where did you run into the other players earlier?
Atrium, heading south.
Did anyone run into someone else in the atrium?
Are you stupid? Owning up to that would be admitting you're either the killer or the medic. Although we already know the former is you.
You're not helping here, Knife.
And I don't see you doing anything, Princess. Unfortunate that your only friend here has turned out to be the spark.
There's
He
no
stuttered.
proof that it's Oak.
Come on, you can see it just as well as I can.
Glove, did I ever walk up to you during our stakeout on the tree?
Yes. You told me someone came from the lounge.
Did I ever after that though? With a minute left or anything?
You asked for more signs.
And don't you find that odd? After we left the viewing platform, we hardly talked. I would still have a whole stack left, so why would I ask you for more?
Why did you?
Well, that's it, isn't it? Is that not obvious to you? Glove, just think about it. That wasn't me. I got swapped.
How convenient.
He's not lying. I was swapped as well.
Thank you, Mustard. Thank you. Someone was fishing for swaps. They swapped with Mustard and then swapped with me. Saw you, Glove, and then went to mark you. Posing it as just asking for signs. That's the killer.
You know, if you are the spark, that is quite the 40 chess move.
I'm telling you, I'm not.
Knife then launches into a speech about why he thinks it's Venus, which Glove agrees with and Oak denies, and the video ends there with Mustard refusing to say where he was swapped to, Knife saying he could be the medic, and Glove arguing for more information. But
No, I
in the
think
last
Venus
few
is the
seconds,
spark,
Oak has
and
a
Mustard is the
realization.
medic.
Knife. You said you were in the maze?
What about it?
Wait.
That's exactly where I got swapped.
What's
I
just
got
happened?
swapped.
What about it?
That's exactly where I got swapped.
That's exactly where he got swapped to. Holy sh-
Oak's
I didn't even
alibi
realize.
does check out with what we've seen. It's clear that he was confused when he got swapped into the
I
maze,
really
and
didn't
as
think
he
that
pointed
would
out,
be.
this also makes Glove essentially 100% not the Spark. That leaves 3 suspects, with one of them, or maybe even Oak, being the medic. If the medic is Oak, the reason he didn't admit to it could have been to set a trap in case anyone else tried to claim it, in which case
I don't
Oak
think
would
we're
know for
medic.
sure that
I don't
it's
think we're
them,
medic,
but
chat.
nobody does claim medics, so we don't know. Mustard is a question mark here because
think
he
Mustard
gave
is
no
the medic.
information besides the fact he was also swapped at some point. Knife said he was in the maze, but no one can prove that, and Venus said she was in the top left all game, which would line up with the behavior of the player we saw in the beginning, but
Yeah.
all we have is her word. My best guess on the Spark so far would actually be Knife here. His left side location makes sense for the fluke kill in round 1, and it seems like he actually could be double bluffing about both killing Cardboard and admitting to being in the maze when he knows Oak was swapped there, doing the obvious thing both times to avoid suspicion. But once again, we're left largely in the dark without a
Yo,
match.
bitch
The
ass
only way forward is to watch the second to last round, Round 4. Once again, Oak and Glove meet up in the viewing lobby, Oak seeing a random player on his way there, but way too far to have marked him. Oak tells Glove about his growing suspicions of it being Knife, and Glove agrees it's possible, but admitting to being in the maze would be a weird play for Knife to pull. Oak also mentions trusting Venus, and then Glove suggests something interesting. A trap, using himself as bait to lure the Spark over since he's the most innocent person in the lobby. Oak asks how the Spark would know it's Glove, and Glove demonstrates just that. Shooting himself with the crossbow. With Glove's name tag revealed and the plan in motion, they post up right inside the lava room, Oak hiding in the corner ready to shoot whoever tries to kill Glove the second Glove flashes him the axe signal. The trap is set. The two wait around for a few minutes until...
No! Again!
Oak is swapped
What
into
the
the
fuck?
maze again. He immediately begins to run, panicking, because if he was swapped here, that means whoever is with Glove
Oh my
at this
God.
moment
Oh
is
my
without
God.
a doubt
Oh
the
my God.
Spark. All
Oh my
Oak has
God.
to do is shoot his arrow at the person next to Glove, and he
damn
guarantees
it.
himself the identity of the Spark. All he needs to do
Fucking
is escape the
maze.
maze before the
No.
round ends. He runs through the tunnels, hitting dead end after dead end after dead end. The seconds ticking by. If he can't get to
Yo.
Glove, he'll die, and the whole trap will have been for nothing.
Where
He
does
keeps
this maze
running.
end?
A minute left.
Crash out. I'm gonna
45
crash out.
seconds.
Yo,
30 seconds left.
what the fuck?
He's out. All he has to do is make it to Glove. He rounds the bend through the lounge, into the atrium,
Come on!
and there he is. Glove. And the Spark. He's too late.
Good days start with homemade
God
turkey sandwiches.
damn it! Ah!
So can bad days.
Ah!
Goes hard at Knife, now certain and wanting to avenge his dead friend. All he has to do is convince Mustard to vote with him and Venus.
Guys, I know it's Knife for a fact. He tried to kill Glove in the previous round, failed, and now he's just finishing the job.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I haven't seen Glove the entire game.
Bro, please, as if you expect me to believe that for a second.
I don't expect you to believe anything, dimwit. Though unlike Cardboard, I wouldn't put it past you being the Spark. I have a hard time believing even you would be this stupid to accuse me here.
So then what were you doing all game then?
Nothing. I was just exploring out the labyrinth again. I even ran into someone in the lounge. They can verify I was there.
That was me.
I also ran into someone in the lounge, so that doesn't mean much. I could have ran into Mustard, you could have ran into me, there's no way of knowing who's who. Oh, were you with Glove the entire round?
Yes, I was, in the volcano room, and he told me specifically no one else had interacted with him all game, so it had to have been Knife.
You have no grounds to even think it's me. Did you even see anyone else? And you know what I was going to say before you accused me for literally no reason. I got swapped. Tell me one good reason right now that Mustard and Venus should even humor your argument.
Oh, you got swapped? Well, so did I. I got swapped away from Glove, and that person must have marked him after the swap. I just wasn't fast enough to find out it was you.
Bullshit. I got swapped into the
Whoa,
library and I
wow.
was there.
Wait, that's a blatant lie. I
Yo.
got swapped into the labyrinth, and that's exactly where you said you were.
Oh, come on. You just want me
Is this
out.
even
It's
an
so
ARG
obvious.
at this
You're
point?
just trying to cover for the fact that you pretended to befriend Glove just so
Yo.
you can kill him out and throw it on me. Nice plan, genius, but it's not gonna work.
Are you serious? That's what you're going with? Venus, Mustard, tell me you guys aren't seeing this. This guy's obviously been hostile the whole game and he's clearly the spark. He killed Cardboard because he annoyed him, and then killed Glove because he was onto him. He's obviously now just trying to bluff his way out of this.
So, Knife, you said you were swapped into the library, and Oak, you were swapped into the labyrinth?
Yes.
Yes, but he's lying.
Mustard, you weren't swapped, were you?
No.
Okay, neither was I, meaning that for certain, one of the two of them is lying.
Yeah, and that
Probably
person is
Knife.
Knife. Exactly.
You know you're the worst spark in the history of this game, and there's no chance you win, right? Even if you vote me out here, you made it clear to Mustard and
You
me it's
keep-
50-50 between
Bro,
the two of us. They just
he
hide until
keeps
the next round and
stuttering.
we'll lose.
Well, luckily, we won't have to worry about that since once we vote you, the game's gonna be over.
Venus, I know you're an idiot, but Mustard, I have hope that you have at least some semblance of reason, and we'll vote Oak here.
Mustard, listen to me. I was in the volcano room all game with Glove. We tried to set up a trap together using Glove as bait. It's just I got swapped away, and in that time, the spark, aka Knife, must have marked Glove. Vote with us, and I promise we will win. It is clearly Knife. Venus has an alibi running into you. You know you didn't get swapped. It has to be Knife.
I think he's right, Mustard. I'm pretty sure it's Knife.
Mustard, I was in the labyrinth all game, got swapped into the library, and then met you afterwards in the lounge. All I did was return to the maze. You saw me. Vote Oak, and the game
No,
ends
you
here.
didn't.
The voting phase comes.
Yo, I'm gonna crash out.
Knife is out.
Oh my god, idiots.
Wait,
But as we can see,
I was right.
the game isn't over. There's one
It is
round
Venus.
left. Knife wasn't the spark. Oak spawns in, and immediately he knows one thing to be true.
Venus.
The killer is still alive. He runs, loading his crossbow and
Venus.
anxiously looking over his shoulder in
Fuck.
case someone is following. And
I
after
knew it. I
hesitating
guessed
for
it from the
another
very
second,
beginning,
he
bro.
runs face first into the
Yo, I'm
maze,
gonna
trying
actually-
to hide out the round. If he can survive here and soak in the other two, they have a
Swear to God, I
chance at
haven't watched
voting
this
out
before.
the true spark, whoever it may be. Oak carefully
It has to
wanders
be
through the maze, peeking corners and
The
crouching
medic.
so as to not make a sound.
It's Mustard.
Finally, he finds a path to hide in, crossbow at the ready, and he waits.
Ah!
It's Venus. She's hiding just like Oak and tells him to follow her, that she knows the route of the maze. Oak obliges,
Don't get
trusting
too
her
close
with
to
his
her,
life.
bro.
Venus leads him through the network of tunnels and into a small room we caught a glimpse of earlier, an area with a furnace and a crafting table. Venus tells him that they'll be safe here and there's no way Mustard can find them, just in case he triggers
No, he
a
turned
song
his back!
they
He
decide
turned
to
his
play on
back!
paper.
He turned
Whenever
his
one of them
back!
writes a sign saying
Ah!
toy, the other will say ketchup. If someone
He
doesn't
turned-
answer correctly, the other
Damn
one
it!
knows that they've been swapped. For a
He
few
turned his
quiet
back.
minutes, Venus and
He
Oak
turned
shuffle
his
back
back.
and forth
Why
in the
did you
small
turn your
room,
back?
drawing out the timer. If they can survive for these final
I'm gonna-
minutes until the round ends without getting marked, they can vote out Mustard and win. It all comes down to this. 3 minutes left. Oak triggers the code word. Venus responds correctly. 2 minutes left. Oak asks Venus what they should do if Mustard finds them. Venus says that won't happen. 90 seconds left. Venus triggers the code word. Oak responds correctly. 60 seconds left. This is it.
Yo, I'm a fuck. Ah.
Mustard chases Oak down the hallway, sprinting after him.
Wait, was the Mustard? Okay.
40 seconds
See, I
left.
got my
All
stuff
Oak has to do
backwards.
is
I
not
told
get
him.
marked before the round ends.
But maybe I was right.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
20 seconds left.
Bro. You know what?
15 seconds
I'm
left.
so, like, confused right now.
10.
Step back, little bro. Little bro. Little bro!
Albion Online is a
Albion
sandbox
Online
MMORPG
sucks.
in which you write your roles.
What? We all survived?
I thought for sure we lost.
Wait, so it's just Mustard. Venus, that was perfect. I barely escaped him. We just vote him here and we win.
Oh, you're the one who ran?
Well, yeah, though I'd imagine Venus would run too.
Oak, it's not you, is it?
What? No. Why? It's clearly Mustard here.
Oak, I was backed into a corner and I couldn't run. But Mustard didn't go after me.
What? Maybe he wasn't thinking straight. He probably didn't even notice you.
It's you. You're the spark. You were trying to run to act innocent.
Hello? Yo, if I was the spark, I would have just won there.
That's what I can't figure out. Why wouldn't you just mark me right away and win the game?
Maybe because I'm not the spark?
It's because he didn't want to gamble on the medic showing up. If he marked you, then there's a chance that the medic could still be alive and save you. He probably was waiting to mark you right before the round ended.
Okay, you actually sound dumb now, bro. Like, what kind of plan is that?
Why don't you think Oak could just be the medic? He could have protected me and ran away.
Because I'm the medic.
I knew it!
Wow, what a great lie. Now you bring that up?
Oak, if you are the medic, you can stop hiding it. Just say it so I know I can trust
I knew
you.
it.
Venus,
Yo, guys,
I'm saying
I
this
got
because
some,
I
like,
know you
I know
can
what's
trust
going
me.
on, bro.
I am not the medic.
That's so
Mustard
smart, bro.
isn't either because he's the spark. I have no role. I'm not the medic. I'm not the spark. I'm innocent. That's it.
Mustard, I still don't get it. If Oak was the spark, why didn't he just kill you then at the end of the maze?
Because I'm not the spark? If I was, you're right. I could have just won.
He was probably just scared that I was protected, that you were somehow the medic and marked me. He didn't want to gamble on me possibly surviving
Shut
and
the
knowing he
fuck
marked
up.
me. Even if it was a small chance that you were the medic, it would mean he was clearly exposed. He knows he has a better chance at just gaining your trust and voting me out.
So tell me this, medic. Why did you chase me into the maze?
To save you.
What?
I figured that the one who ran into the maze first was more likely to be the innocent one, as they would think I was the spark. That was the person I wanted to protect, but it looks like my gamble was wrong.
Okay, Venus, there's no way you believe him.
Think about it this way. It was either him or Knife from the last round. You know you're innocent. Knife was voted out, so you have to vote for Oak.
I could just as easily see it being you, Mustard.
Just as easily? What? Yo, it is obviously him.
It's him, Venus. Vote Oak and we end the game here.
Shut the
Venus,
fuck up.
surely you don't believe him. Surely you know I'm innocent, right? I was literally with you the whole round. You know just as well as I do. If I was the spark, I would have won. You have to trust me.
Yo. I genuinely think it's Venus who is the spark in the chat. This is just too much. I'm actually gonna start tuning up. Oh my god!
Venus.
Lord have mercy on my soul. I'm about to throw my computer across the room. Nah! Why? I'm tearing up, bro.
That's the last video on Matchbox,
No.
and with that, the end of the experiment. The question, of course, remains. Who was the spark? What happened there? Who won? Matchbox doesn't give us an answer. It's up to us to piece together the clues and decide for ourselves who we think the spark is. Was it Venus?
It was Venus.
Mustard? Or has it always been the player we've been watching this entire time?
There's no way.
Oak.
No.
Matchbox is
No.
designed in a way that you could be watching the killer and have no idea. Right-clicking with your hand doesn't look like anything. Pressing G to swap doesn't either. In fact, if you trace the footage back, for each kill, Oak was there the entire time. Flute, glove, glove again.
No!
Oak was always there.
Ah.
Hand out, ready
No,
to mark.
I don't
If you
refuse.
consider
I
for a
re-
second that his reaction
I
to getting swapped was
refuse!
just an act, it could really be that Oak was the spark. We've been watching the killer all along.
This is it.
This is
We'll never
peak.
get a better shot.
Like, bro, Homer just wants his donut. Homer just wants his donut. Donuts!
Except, it doesn't line up. There's one kill here that Oak couldn't have possibly made.
I know.
Cardboard. The entire second round, Oak was only close to Glove, and no one else. Unless this player was somehow Cardboard and Glove was putting on an elaborate act somewhere else in the map, Oak couldn't have marked Cardboard. Oak cannot be the spark. So that leaves us with two options, Mustard and Venus. Venus is by far the character we know the least about. She's been present in hardly any of Oak's footage until the last round, and we don't know where she's been all game. As a result, it's very possible that she could have really been behind every murder we've seen. She marked Flute and Cardboard, swapped with Oak to mark Glove, and swapped with Oak to mark Glove again. But if it is Venus, why she didn't just vote Mustard out and instead let herself be gaslit into voting Oak is a mystery. Mustard, on the other hand, has more of an alibi. He was allegedly in the scrapyard round 1, so marking Flute would have been difficult, and he met up with Cardboard and Knife in the second round, so marking Cardboard there would also be a bit of a stretch. That being said, we don't know his exact whereabouts, so it could well have been him too. If it was Mustard though, then who was the medic? Venus and Oak didn't claim it, and we know the medic saved Glove, which can only mean one thing. Was Knife the medic? Unless it was Glove and he lied about being saved to bait someone out. The information just doesn't line up. The stories are incomplete.
This is so confusing,
The Matchbox
man!
experiment doesn't tell us directly who the spark is, instead giving us pieces of broken information. We may never get a direct answer from the channel itself, but if anything, that just makes it a mystery more worth solving. It could be that maybe there's a puzzle piece I missed, and maybe one of you watching will be the one who solves the matchbox.
Yeah, I think it's Venus.
Until then, though, good luck.
That was peak. Like, actually. That was fucking peak. Holy shit. Yo. Thank you guys for watching this video. I mean, this was actually, like, this was amazing. See you guys next time.